Right.
shutting down earlier.
Beth, can you even go in executive session?
No,
We're starting at 5:42 and, or 5:44, and we're adding an agenda item to add a member to the housing committee. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
And the only other thing is a town seal logo I'm gonna talk about, and I can do that under public comment if you want.
Add logo. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
add it
cancel.
on.
Perfect.
If that's okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Get Greg in.
Then we will, I'm not gonna worry about approving the minutes and reviewing the bills. We've got so many people here, just so move on to that.
Greg needs to go, he needs to go first with his little interview because he's gotta meet his daughter at 6:15.
Okay, all right.
Or I can come back another time, whatever's best.
Nope, we can get you
I
right
think we can
in.
do it in just 2 minutes. So, Nancy, you'd like to add Lucia Wing to the housing committee?
Correct.
Okay. Could I,
I make a motion to add Lucia Wing to the housing committee.
Second.
motion made and seconded to add Lucia. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
She's on.
Thank you.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Thanks
Thank
for,
you
No problem,
Thanks for
Nancy.
coming
Yeah,
in.
you're welcome.
Thanks
All right.
for taking me first, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
so, do we want to go over the access road project first? Because that's where most of our people are from. If we can get, I mean, we're only gonna need 5 to 10 minutes with Greg, unless he's gonna throw you guys under the bus.
I mean, I'm sure he's got a bunch of stuff to give you, but he just has to pick his daughter up 6:15 at the.
Or he has to pick her up at 6:15.
Yeah.
6:10, I can come back with her after that, if you want.
You wanna do that? Cause I got a whole bunch, I mean, where you gotta go? All the way back to Land Grove?
No,
Nope, she's getting dropped off here today.
Okay, well, if you wanna, thank you. If you wanna do that, and then we'll try to get some of this out.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect. Yeah.
thank you. Won't
Thank
take very long.
No problem.
Thanks. Sorry to jump around here. Okay, so public comments, is there anyone here from the public? Are you with the public, or you?
I am. I really just have a question about something that's in the old business, so I don't know if this
Okay.
is the right place. I don't know.
Why don't you throw it out real quick and we'll see what happens?
For the occupancy limit on the short-term rentals. Section 301, Section 2A gives a number of different options for bedrooms, and then it also says, or the number of occupants listed on a, specified in a wastewater permit for the subject premises.
So, how old is your house?
95, I think.
Okay, so,
So you should have a town septic permit that'll tell you how many bedrooms you have.
Yeah, so my question was actually going to be if we upgraded our septic system,
With a wastewater permit?
yes, would our occupancy then be based on the number of people in that wastewater permit?
I believe so.
Bill is the expert, he can't be here tonight, but I would say yes.
Chris,
Now, the problem is, if you get over 9 people, then you have to have a fire safety inspection.
Right,
from the state.
understood, and have like the fire system monitored and everything. Yeah,
Okay.
understood.
Right, so, but my understanding, I don't know what title and verse here, but Bill, he knows it off the top of his head. But I believe that if you upgrade your septic system and someone certifies that it is upgraded to X number or capacity, then you would be okay.
Okay.
and Christy would be able to answer that. She's really helpful if you haven't talked to her.
Have you talked to Christie?
I emailed her about it, and she told me just to come here today.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's had some big things going on, so yeah, okay. But I would say yes, from what I understand, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, if you get certification that says that your septic system is capable of handling 5 bedrooms, which is normally 10
Well,
people.
part of the reason we were trying to get clarification is we were going to install a new system, like an aerobic treatment unit, and it's pretty pricey, so we didn't want to necessarily do that if we weren't going to see the benefit on the back end of that.
You could always email Bill Schwartz and ask him. He sits on the board. It's
Okay.
bill@winhall.org.
Bill at Winhall.
Yeah, yeah.
He's kind of the guru of it. He has torn it apart and looked at it, but just to be sure, but I think you'll get the same answer. Okay? All right, thank you. So, we have Hunter, we have Pat, we have Pat's right-hand man. How you, Jeff? How you doing?
He's his own man.
Huh?
He's his own man.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I just, Brett? So, do we want to talk about this now? While we got all these people sitting here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hi. So, it appears to me that after you made the adjustments of the time, it seemed to straighten things out and flows a lot better. Did you agree, Chief?
I didn't check it out after the change.
But we had a little problem first thing, but it was first morning. We knew it was going to be a little chaotic.
We did what you requested, we doubled the time for the uphill traffic, and after you guys left within like half an hour, it seemed to clear right up. And I was there until.
And traffic probably let down a little bit, that was rush
The
hour.
big tell we tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we just got back up on the road, is that what happened?
We had a little backup on Route 30.
Okay.
Because there was some for some of them would stop way back by the Route 30, so you couldn't pile 3 or 4 people in there.
Right.
And then some of them would go, we'll go up through here, and it would turn almost before they got out of sight. But that seemed to self-correct after we adjusted the time.
So I was a little surprised when I came in this morning because I was under the impression we were going one lane up and down Lower Town
Well,
Hill. So I was a little caught off guard, to be honest with you. I was like, where'd the lights come from?
that is my fault, because I had a meeting with Pat, with your Pat, with Hunter and Brett about it, because we were having problems with we tried some trucks across the bridge and they just weren't working out. Okay, so, and then we had a lot of big equipment coming down, they definitely wouldn't have made it. So they'd be setting up there and we're gonna blow the way through, so we went with this. And I apologize, I didn't have a chance to call you. This happened fairly late in the game after we analyzed it several different times. This wasn't taken lightly, and I meant to call you, but things have been pretty hectic.
Okay. So you guys feel all right about, because I will say, I understand what you're saying with backing up into the road this morning for sure.
I mean, I think that's the first day of it, so people are gonna find other ways to go.
I talked to several people there this morning. They said, "Oh, we'll take Pikes Falls to Barrow because they're coming up the valley anyways." They said, "We won't come all the way up," which would take the pressure off.
Yeah, I think the only safety concern that I saw
She was already here.
was,
You're already on the housing committee.
Congratulations.
Get to work.
You weren't here, you got elected.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Unanimous.
unanimous.
the only safety concern with that setup that I saw was just people doing what they shouldn't do, is coming out and around.
Starting to go around
And
it.
waiting to turn, and then you have somebody else going south or north, whatever, opposite direction, and that creates a problem, but that's just the new.
How long is it gonna be like that?
Week. You guys made good head. You got a lot of the pavement out today.
Right, when the under drain section is done, we talked about moving it up further, which would allow more space.
Correct.
So, again, probably another week or so, depends on weather, depends on what else we find digging.
So we would potentially for Columbus Day weekend, Indigenous People Day weekend, be back to 2 lanes.
When's Columbus Day weekend?
The second
weekend in
weekend,
yeah.
October?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Way back. And the
Well, you have to be out of the.
yeah, we have to be out of the stream. We may jump up to the culvert 42 when we get the stream alteration permit in our hands. Until then, we should be able to coordinate on weekends, keeping the road open because we're going to be doing culvert crossings, so we should be able to complete a culvert. And if it's a weekend and we're not working, we should be able to just shut the lights off, open it up. It's just the under drain where we have no choice to get that layout done.
And,
Yeah, I think once we get the under drain done on that curve, and we get that all set, we'll slide everything up the hill.
Yeah.
So it will
Makes sense.
create less of a bottleneck and
Yeah, you'll have
like
more-
we also.
but we'll be doing the light for the remainder of the project.
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
get to
we'll
it.
just keep jumping it up.
Just keep moving it up.
Yeah.
Other than, well, I don't know, we may want to have it for the big culvert.
I think so, because I think the road's gonna really need to get
Yeah.
opened up. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I'm talking for when they bypass through Garden Loop.
Yeah.
But we can play that by ear. And I drove through the other day, and it's pretty wide.
Yeah.
It's just that you get a big piece of equipment coming down through
Yeah.
there, and they're gonna be cutting a corner.
I mean, if we can widen that shoulder, pull the sign out and widen that shoulder way out, we might be okay. But the diagonal that culvert is crossing the road, by the time we open it up, it's gonna squeeze that turn.
Yeah. So,
Do you think these changes are changing your schedule or making, or changing costs or anything?
I think we are good on costs. Initially, I was thinking it was gonna slow us down because there's just that much more traffic to deal with. But today seemed to go okay. And we've got our best operator on the job, so.
I think the only time that I saw an issue was like, correct me if I'm wrong, like 9:30 to 10, 9:30 to 10:15 when we were all out here
but
together.
that's before you adjusted the time,
And
and
then-
it was the first day.
Then we talked and Chief asked if I could bump the uphill time, double it, and I did, and that's when it sort of started to work
It's
its
just
way
up
out.
in the morning, because
Yeah.
people are gonna go down Lord Taylor Hill
Right.
and every other which way.
Yeah, especially now that, once everyone knows, things will.
When they know that it's really happening.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say, oh my God, well, it's not gonna happen, and all of a sudden.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think it makes it safer, and I apologize, I didn't have a chance to get a hold of you guys at Stratton. But it was kind of a moving target because we talked it over at great length and several times and said, geez, we got a real problem. And I know it may not have concerned Hunter as bad as it did you and I, Brett, but but he said, we'll get it done. So, but,
We came tonight because we just heard there was, obviously some issues and some confusion and stuff.
Yeah.
I know it's the town's project, but obviously,
oh no,
we're responsible
Yeah.
too, and we just want to honestly come down and make sure we're all
Well,
both in the same direction.
As I said, I'll take the blame for not calling you. I had to jump around and call some people to get it going, and Hunter and his crew stepped right up to the plate here, and I think, you made good headway. You got a lot of pavement out today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So tomorrow you'll have the rest of the pavement out, won't you?
I would think so.
Yeah, particularly now that we don't have to start at 9 o'clock. Now you'll be starting first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got about 125 feet of pavement left to pull out, so it should be done by, anticipating noon or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so
We can get into the,
then you can start doing what you're supposed to be doing.
correct.
Yeah, cool. So we talked about the permit process. So we have, the way we understand it in all of our stuff, these culverts, the small culverts in this corner project are not inhibited by the lack of the final permit for the big culvert that runs up by Telephone Road or Birch, whatever it is, Garden Loop Road.
Yeah, that's how we understand it.
And you have submitted the rest of that final thing to Josh so that he's happy, correct?
Yeah, we've got a Army Corps of Engineer self-verification approval from
Okay,
them,
okay,
and we're in the process of submitting the stream alteration permit.
okay. So we're pretty well set on
That's
that.
to Josh,
Yeah.
yeah, Carmel, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no
And that's
concerns.
fairly quick.
Yeah, he told you that he just needs the permit and he's good to go on his end. And you talked with him personally today.
Correct.
So we're in
We
good
both
shape.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in good shape there.
No concerns.
All right, so you have all the culvert that's setting up the Stratton, right?
Yep.
Okay. And we gotta be out of the water by October 1st, I guess.
Correct.
But that should work. Is that okay, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, I think.
And I do apologize.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can throw me under the bus, I've been under it many times.
We just want to, like I
I
said,
know every nut and bolt under there now.
we just want to make sure we're all pulling in the same direction,
Yeah.
get it done, you know. You know, we all know from doing the access road that it's never a fun project because you're disrupting people's lives, but it's got to get done.
Well, we didn't have an alternative
Nope.
and it just wasn't gonna work out good for the one just down on Taylor Hill. So that's why we changed. While we're here, can we, so if Stratton's okay with that, can we talk just briefly about French Hollow?
Sure.
So,
Can I?
yes, I'm sorry.
I know that Trevor wanted to be a part of these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
He just texted me asking me if you were talking about it yet,
Yep.
and I told him yes, so he's on his way, just so you know.
Well, you better come right along then.
Yep.
If you want to be here. Do we want to wait for that, or what are we going to do? I mean,
It's up to you, Stuart, you're the chair.
Just a share of information, just.
I mean, if you knew.
I mean, these guys are here, so, and they probably want to go home and have
Right.
dinner and take their boots off. Or probably go back to work for you, Hunter, right? You're my young
So
ones.
he's just headed there now.
I think
sorry.
we can continue talking about
That's
French
fine.
Hollow
Yeah.
Culvert, and when he gets here, if he's
Yeah.
got questions, he can ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought we were all set with Jeff at the conversation we had last week. I'm kind of perplexed as to why we published a RFP for 32-foot culvert, and then at the pre-bid meeting, he said, "Oh, I want 40 feet." And the paperwork didn't get changed, so it made it look like we made a mistake, but we made a mistake on the town side, not on your side. That should have been corrected, so it said 40 feet. And then we wouldn't have been in this situation with the state, I don't think.
Correct.
That was a lot of the controversy, I think, because it was published as 32 feet, and then he said, "Oh, I want 40 feet now."
And the bid was awarded at 32 feet.
Yes. So that is a problem as far as I'm concerned on our side. That wasn't your fault.
No.
That was our fault that we didn't make a correction and say, okay, we have changed the specifications, and from, as far as I'm concerned, from now on, that specification has to be decided before we publish the thing. You can't come into me, "Oh, I want 40 feet instead of 32 feet. That has to be decided ahead of time.
Yeah.
And on paper.
Or if something changes at post pre-bid meeting and an addenda comes out that says, per the meeting on this date, we've adjusted our culvert size to all bidders to 40 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, we're gonna owe you more money.
I mean, if I wanted to be, by the book, yeah, I want to work with you guys, and you guys have done a lot for me to, trust me to do your work, so,
Well,
technically, yes, but
Yeah.
I want to do a good job and
so
not have.
where do we stand with that? I thought we were pretty well set when we talked on Friday with Jeff. Is it Jeff? Who was?
Scott or Josh?
Scott, I'm sorry, Scott.
Yeah, Scott took over for.
Right, and it appeared to me, other than you had to correct your drawing.
Yeah, my understanding from our conversation was that we owed him the new Contratech stamped plans showing 40 feet. Unbeknownst to me today, I got an email from him stating that was owed to him plus 2 other additional items.
I've got it
Okay.
right here.
And
Which,
so,
that surprised me, but, because I was under the impression.
I thought we were pretty well set, but Josh came back into the picture.
Right, and I sent him the Contratech stamp plans this afternoon, so.
Okay.
That's crossed
But
off.
what's the other stuff he needs? He had an elevation problem? I didn't think we had.
Yeah.
I thought we were 4 inches from this end to this end, but maybe it's more 6 inches now that we're added 8 feet to it, but
I think she said it.
Yep, so plan and or profile showing the existing bed elevations and proposed elevations of the new structure overlaid for comparison. Elevations from 8/15/2025, email of the existing stream bed and those shown below, 6-foot in difference and do not make sense. And then a revised flow control plan showing the installed practices as of 9/2. Original plan dated 8/11 is outdated and does not reflect field conditions.
So in other words, we have to tell them what we're doing for water control, correct?
Yeah, it sounds like we just gotta update our plans from what we
Okay.
showed as a 31-foot 9 to the 40-foot 9.
Okay. And then it appears he wants in writing what you have done for the de-water program,
Yeah,
correct?
that's a plan that we show them, a
Okay.
dewatering plan.
So, where do you stand on that? Is that in progress?
So
Or?
Brett Carter from our office has got that all on his GPS. I just had to get it put on paper.
So maybe,
End of the week, the latest.
okay, which end of the week is very far away.
Yes.
We started with a,
Yeah.
We'll make a, valiant effort to try and get that under control tomorrow with Brett Carter.
so the problem is that did he give us the okay to continue? Or, because we got the culvert out now, right?
Yeah, my understanding was by a site meeting they had with Brent, our foreman, yesterday, was that they weren't gonna allow us to drop the new pipe in the ground until we got the contract drawings down. I don't know where we stand now that these other two items have popped up on this.
I would say it's the same condition, we just need to get that rectified, so, yeah.
Okay.
And we wouldn't want to put the pipe in until it's all,
Until they,
so we'll jump on that in the morning.
okay, all right. I guess if you guys are willing to wait a few minutes, we'll see what Trevor wants to do. I don't know,
Will you give us a figure on the extra work?
Yeah, I mean, the piece of pipe that we ordered was $12,000.
A little over 12 grand.
So that was just the piece, and then there's obviously additional work to assemble and et cetera. So we can look into what the whole,
Yeah, because you shouldn't have to eat our mistake.
yeah.
I would not be okay
I
with
don't
that.
know, I don't like the idea that if we spec, you bid, we changed it, you didn't get the whole story, and so now here we are.
Oh, we didn't get the whole story.
Correct. I mean, I was at the pre-bid meeting, but he's, well, I want 40. Well, okay, but that should have been decided before the meeting. That should have been spec'd out on a sheet.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in a few minutes here.
Yeah.
So if you guys got just a few more minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Let's
coming.
try to get this. So do we have you tonight, chief?
Yes.
Or just your employee?
Yeah,
Oh.
3 employees and me.
And you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Talking the
Busy
big,
night.
talking the big shots tonight. We'll just get a few more minutes to get this done, and then that will take care of most of the people.
Do
so-
we want to do this access permit while we're waiting?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, great. So I have an access permit for Jordan Plackner. He is putting an accessory building behind his house, so he had to put in a new driveway, 24 Maple Hill Road, which is out behind the Stratton Mountain Inn.
Does it need a culvert?
It needs an 18-inch culvert for garage access only. Trevor and Scott have both signed off on this.
Okay. You want to make a
So
motion on that?
I make a motion to approve Jordan Plackner's access permit at 24 Maple Hill Road.
A second?
Motion made and seconded to approve the access at 24 Maple Hill. Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Good liquor licenses?
I do. So I've got 2 liquor licenses, both for River Road Eatery. I have a first class and a third class. They've had no issues. So I make a motion to approve the first class and the third class for HJC Restaurant LLC.
A second?
Motion made and seconded to approve the permits for HJC, which is at River Road Eatery. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved.
Okay.
So probably, Kenny, you're here for the quick interview when we get ready? Okay. It'll be just a few more minutes. We're trying to get this other stuff taken care of.
So I asked Derek, we don't have a town logo or seal or anything, they have one. So I asked Derek to provide his, maybe we can tweak it a little bit, obviously it says police on it. I thought we should stick with the same kind of logo, not have two different ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can alter this anyway we want to.
Who would we have work on, who's,
So Coco Pelli Traders has done all of our artwork. And that's where that came from. You said you'd be willing to work with the town to give you something that would
tweak it,
work.
to get it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
Seal or emblem, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is that something you would reach out, or you
Sure.
get a phone number and reach out?
I'm already on an email with the two of them.
Okay, so we'll see what we can do with that.
So I'll get like two different options?
Yeah, if you,
I don't want to give you too many.
no, don't give us too many, that would be a problem.
It'd be easier if I just picked it, but I'll get you two options. Thank you.
Yep. So,
Do we want to look at the bills while we're waiting?
yeah, why don't we do this real
Great.
quick and get that out there, hopefully.
Not that I want to spend a whole nother night with you, but
I don't understand why he's here.
Maybe it's your bills, just.
Stacy?
Oh, sorry.
it's nice to see our town of Jamaica taxes went down now that we're in that current use.
Oh, we weren't in current use before?
No, they wouldn't allow municipalities to be in current use.
Really? How much is it?
It's 1605.89. So
$1,600 for 600 acres of land.
yeah, it's pretty cheap.
I'd say that's pretty good.
What was it?
It was,
I want to say
I don't know.
it was close to 10. It was a lot.
but that piece of land was given to us by
The Nearings.
the Nearings.
Yeah.
They tried to give it to Jamaica, and they said, well, we don't want to lose the tax money. So they gave it to Winhall, asked the Winhall.
Who's the forester for Winhall?
Shinesky?
The state forester for Bennington, Winham County.
Sorry.
No problem, I'll let it go this time.
So it's like. There was a couple phone calls there,
These came from you?
I've already done them.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. There's only 3 of us, remember?
I'm gonna be quick. You'll be home before dark, Stacy. Maybe.
I get to eat dinner on a select board meeting night? What?
Yeah.
I don't think you've seen this one.
Cool. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, everyone.
And I don't think Beth has seen
No.
it.
Great.
Put in an hour before I got here.
You're still good for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'm around.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'll send it.
Everybody played like they played Monday.
And this is the forest.
I know this is like the shippers
The
making
what?
this before. Instead of taking thousands of dollars.
Taking it. Yep. That was a great decision you
The
made.
town assessment is on Winhall Hollow Road. Dusty got to meet with them today.
Okay, good.
So you know,
Yeah.
I know that comes up in a, can I sign? Or-
Yeah.
Or do you have to sign first?
Go ahead.
Should be nice, so.
Awesome.
I'll sign 3 down, how's that?
Yeah, because we're only assessed at $478,000.
There you go.
Thank you.
On the municipal forest.
Really?
So you think
So you've seen the bills. Is there any, can I get a motion on it?
I make a motion to approve the bills.
A second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So done. Trevor, why don't you come on up? We,
I was under the impression it was around 6:30.
well, things change. We don't have everyone here, and it's a moving target.
Thank you.
Okay. So, we have discussed some. What would you like to discuss?
Well, I'd like to start with the Front Travel project.
Okay?
It's been a challenge. Not gonna candy coat it.
Yeah.
They've had ample amount of time to get permits in and finalized and stuff, and still, as of Josh's email today, still has some outstanding.
Yeah.
So,
And I'd also like to mention that if we're going to add on to the length of the culvert, we do it before the meeting, before the construction meeting.
we did it at the pre-bid.
We did it at the pre-bid, but the paperwork was never changed. It said 32 feet.
Okay,
That should have been changed,
absolutely.
okay? That's part of our problem. Yes, I realize we're still having a problem, but that is not all their fault.
Never said it was.
Well, then don't start making it that they haven't done their job. Now, there have been some hurdles. Scott came in because Josh was on vacation. That didn't help matters any.
Nope.
They have submitted the new culvert plan to them, the engineered thing as of today. They have that now.
Yep,
And now they're trying to take care of the other thing to get that straightened out.
yep, I agree 100%.
Yep.
You know,
So that's where we see it.
I understand 100%, Stuart. What I'm saying is we go through all these legwork and stuff like that to get this stuff up and going, and going on 3 months almost since they've had the project, and they're still scrambling. There's been emails going around that it's the town's fault, that we're not being clear enough. I don't think we've made it clear according to the people I've dealt with. I did have a good conversation with Brett today. See him here somewhere. Did have a great conversation with him today. He's starting to understand more what we're looking for.
So I take it you had a meeting this morning with Josh and Scott?
That
What,
was...
yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay, so you had a meeting with them that we didn't know about,
That was because Josh called and told me he was going to be up there.
okay? But we didn't know.
Okay.
So, it might have been nice if we had known, so we could have had someone there you had a meeting, but we weren't informed of it.
So if you want to be involved in all the meetings, absolutely.
We should at least be informed.
Yeah.
And I would also like to be informed when we have a pre-bid meeting, because sometimes we may talk about it 3 weeks ahead of time, and there's a lot going on, okay? In my life, in the town life, in everybody's life, and I may forget about it. I remember there was a meeting that morning,
It was a Monday.
right, but I said, geez, it must be at 9 o'clock. Well, I called at 8:30, oh no, it's already done, we're gone. Okay, so it wouldn't hurt for an email to all of the board, so if anybody wants to go there. And I feel that is important.
Absolutely.
We should actually have lists and notice it so if 3 of us want to go, we actually can. Because I didn't even know we were changing the length of the culvert because there was no communication.
Well, like I said, the change of the culvert was actually Hunter's idea at the pre-bid meeting.
Right.
Because that's how we do it. We do a design to build. So there's typically no standard lengths. If you go back through the bid process and look at like Archie Clark's bid, for instance, he was giving us a 50-foot.
Right.
So it was communicated, and it was just, I'm not Hunter, you can just say, you know, I mean, it happens. You've got a lot going on, people forget stuff, there's no doubt.
No, I think
what I'm
that's
saying-
lack of communication in amongst the board from possibly you or Lissa not informing us. Because my file doesn't say that we've changed the culvert or
Yeah,
anything
it was
like that.
actually Josh Carvajal that brought it to
So-
my attention that the culvert was the wrong length.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I said,
that should have been caught before it got to the state level. So that isn't Hunter's problem. They didn't make that, but we're working through it. We're gonna get it done. We have to just move on. You guys will provide his last 2 bits of information as soon as possible so we can get it done. The culvert's out of the ground, it's gotta happen.
No, there's no doubt it's gonna happen, and like I talked to Brett yesterday, that, you know, without that engineered stamp, we can't let the new pipe go in the ground.
Well, they got
Because-
the engineered stamp, but now they gotta deal with the elevations.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that was the big hang up, which is gonna bring me to my next question here. At what point, let's say we do go forward and Melissa and I do come to you guys and say, hey, we don't have all the permits and stuff, is the board going to say, okay, we need to hold off until we get these in line, or do we keep playing this game?
Don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
you understand what I'm saying?
I
Sort of the
understand what you're
support-
saying, but they're also, you gotta realize that if we provide wrong information, that doesn't help matters any. Okay?
Oh, absolutely.
We provided 32 feet, and then you threw, oh, I want 40 feet now.
It wasn't I threw 40 feet, it was at the pre-bid, Hunter, and you will agree to that, correct?
It
But
was definitely discussed, it's not arguable. Most of these situations, there's a post email or a post addenda that gets sent out that recaps. at the
Recaps it,
pre-bid
yep.
to bidders. We have concluded that we'd like a 40 foot.
40 foot, correct,
Yeah,
yep.
it didn't happen. It got bid out at 32 feet, it got awarded at 32 feet. I didn't put up a stink at all. I was notified that you brought it to the attention that it was 32 feet.
It was Josh actually that brought it to my attention.
Within moments, I told Brett, order up, make it 40 feet, make it 40 feet. The town wants 40 feet. I didn't call, I didn't say I want more money, I didn't say I got screwed. I said, order up the piece of culvert.
And that's admirable, Hunter.
Yeah, that's how.
It really is. I mean, I'm not,
That's how we work, and that's the relationship we want to have with the town, and it goes both ways. We all make mistakes, we're all human.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, we want to have the right culvert installed properly, and we're all...
we want to keep the state happy, we gotta keep the state happy. They have to have correct drawings that show them what we put in the ground. And now that I think we're almost past that hurdle, you guys will try to get that problem solved with your engineering department, and he'll have that, and then I believe we're good to go.
yeah, I think it's just as easy as changing the blue grant to a red grant at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how simple it is.
Okay, well then I think we're on the same page. It is what it is at this point, we gotta keep going.
Absolutely.
But it's not, we can't point a finger at just anyone here. There were mistakes made, and it's sad that the state guy was the one that caught it.
No, absolutely.
I mean, for him to say, oh, what's this, 32 feet, you're showing 40 feet, what's the scoop? I mean, he's the one who caught the problem. We should have caught the problem before that. And so I think we just have to move on and get her done.
Okay.
So.
And they should be, I'm figuring by the end of next week, it'll be close.
Yeah, get the paperwork straightened out so we can keep it moving.
Yeah, we should be able to get
Is
that.
there someone else here for?
The 10-foot
Great,
piece,
great.
if I'm right, the 10-foot piece showed up today.
Correct.
Yeah, we had a crew that worked through the weekend to build the 32 feet, and the 10-foot piece showed up today, so we need to finish fabbing that together, and
We got 4 guys going tomorrow morning.
yeah, so the
So
job,
it'll be ready as soon as you guys get your,
we haven't lost time yet. We haven't stopped the job or gotten,
Right.
you know,
But-
we haven't lost time. We're still moving at the
Yep.
same pace,
yeah.
and we'll get the little, you know, red line.
So-
That's as simple as it.
So
Keep it moving.
we'll try to be more proactive to make sure to prevent. We were under the impression, but when he found a huge mistake, and then he was on vacation, that didn't help matters any, because we had another specialist thrown into the mix who had a different,
Our guy, in-house engineer Brett, has been working with Josh, and we've done culverts for Stratton, we've done culverts for Winhall. They have a working relationship where Brett provides them a certain information, how he wants it, and things move along. I was unaware that Josh was leaving. Scott came in and said, this is not what I'm used to. So that put like a little, you know,
So
ripple.
there were several balls in the air at one time, and one of them got dropped.
But ultimately, the job has been moving smoothly. We haven't had any issues. The water's down. We haven't lost any time, and we're gonna get the last little bit worked out, and we're gonna finish the job nicely.
Okay.
And the relationship with the town, for me, is important.
Absolutely.
I don't want to have, you know, these little ripples affect, you know, future Trevor calling me saying, hey, I need 2 excavators tomorrow. No problem. Hey, I got an emergency. Can you help? Hey, my plow trucks that we need to have a working relationship.
Yep, absolutely.
And part of the working relationship is what we're experiencing right now.
Yep.
And
We just got to get to it.
yeah, we just got to keep working together and,
Yep.
you know.
So everything we have is not insurmountable.
No.
You guys got to provide just a little bit more, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And it's not like you haven't got other projects going too.
Yeah.
If this was the only project, then your man would have been able to spend undivided attention. But
Yeah.
I'm sure you got him headed in every different direction.
Fortunately, unfortunately, we do, but we're working through it.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna.
have the utmost confidence in it. I just, you know, I mean, this is the
Yep.
issues, we gotta deal with them.
Yeah. So I think that's where we stand. Is
Yeah.
you guys all set?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Okay.
We got the contract tech today, sent it over in an email, and I'll get the rest tomorrow morning and get it over to them
Thank you.
by end of day
And
tomorrow latest.
are you going to be out at 5 on the access road this morning?
Maybe 4 tomorrow morning.
Okay, because I was there a little around
You were late
6.
today, yeah.
I was there about 6. I didn't come down real early. I said, I don't, but anyways. So,
4:50 was good for me this morning.
but, all right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
And we'll have Lisa make sure that we're aware of all bid meetings, all meetings, since we're alternately responsible.
Either pre-bid and pre-construction meetings.
Yep.
Any on-site meetings we have to have. It doesn't mean we'll show up, but at least we can be aware of it, because I got just 1 or 2 things going, so I didn't get there in time.
Yep.
But that's beside the point. Okay?
Okay, great.
Thank you. You all set?
Thank you all.
You gonna talk about the access road permits?
Well, we did. But it's okay, you weren't here.
Thank you.
Well, no, I mean, that's why, I mean, if you
Okay.
guys are,
No, all right, that's why I asked you. Okay. We checked, and the small culverts and the corner project are not involved in the water, in the Corps of Engineers thing up there. So this part of the project can continue. That is not involved, until we touch that culvert up there, that is not part of it. Now, you had a conversation with Josh today,
Both contract managers.
again, and he said, oh, you just gotta give me this thing here,
Yeah, the street.
and the $200, and you'll have it in a few days with the proper drawings. Not 100 feet compared to 180 feet or 200 feet or whatever it is. But, so you have communicated with him, and you're ready to get that squared away.
Yep, the street.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure, because usually our contracts are before the project starts, and that's
Yeah,
the whole
well-
thing. I mean, what I'm saying, trying to say, Stuart, is to clean it up. If that's the way it's gonna be, we should change the contracts.
Well, we should give all the information on the contracts.
Well,
That's part of it, okay?
Okay.
And, but anyways, we were here, we're digging, we're gonna keep going, we have beautiful weather for it, it's not raining like a hammers of hell, which it will someday. It'd be nice to be out of the ground. But yeah, so we gotta move on, and we'll just go from there.
If you guys are talking about future plans, you know, you're gonna be at every pre-bid and whatnot,
Yeah.
the town should just handle all of those permits and not put it
Well,
on the contractor.
that's-
Because if you want all those done before the project starts, the town should just own it. And say,
Well-
here you go contractor, you need to install this.
That's what most contractors have told us.
Yeah.
And and our people said, no, we don't do that, that's your problem.
The issue with that is, if I could, and that actually comes out from Josh, because it puts liability on the contractor themselves to set up, they're gonna dig 10 by 10 areas.
Couldn't they be added as a co-permit to you later?
No, I don't.
What's
know the
that?
answer to
I'm sorry.
We do them all the time.
They could be added as a
Right,
co-permit.
well, you guys do.
We do always that.
But it comes back to like the one culvert we had up on the mountain, that's, and it's not been signed off on, I'm not gonna mention it, but that's not in our name, so that's a good thing. That permit is in the contractor's name, so actually the contractor's held liable. If that was in our name, we would be fixing that.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the
Well,
reason
then the
behind it.
design plans are done, like I think it's not realistic to put it all on the contractor.
So it's not realistic for the contractor to say what he's going to dig?
No, I think they can be a part of the process, but like if you guys have a specific culvert you want to be put in, and that has to be done a certain timeline, you guys are having the state come in and look at, you know, which culverts need to be replaced and what size. Why wouldn't you have all of the design done from contact for free or whatever? And then that's part of the pre-bid process.
I can see it both ways. I can see some give and take, and we'll just have to get better at it. We have more culverts to do,
Yeah.
and we'll just try to work at getting that done.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, so it's.
Yeah, I think Jeff's point is if you could be more proactive with the state, getting those hydrological,
Oh,
all that
absolutely.
stuff up front.
Well, we have the hydraulic
Before you're even
studies
going
done.
out to pre-bid, right?
We do. We have the
Why stop
hydraulic
there?
studies
That's
done.
the point. Just why stop there?
Right, but
Just keep going.
it's like I
Give the contractor as much of the stuff as you can, so that then they can just finish it off in their name. That's fine. But like,
That's basically what they're doing now in a roundabout way. They're just basically, well, they are. We're giving them the hydraulic studies. We've done all the legwork to get what we want for structure in there. We let them design what they want.
No, we called the state, and they do a study.
All they have to do is get their trailers out and draw. I mean, Hunter, and Brett's done them now. He's getting it. I mean, it's really simple to do. And it just puts it in their name. It's not like it's something that takes
But
months.
it's something the state has certified and says how big a culvert we're requiring you to put in. And yes, we are having that done at the state level. We aren't doing it, we're requesting it from them. And at least now they seem to have more than one person on board. So those are coming faster.
Well-
And we're also trying to be proactive and get those ahead of time, ahead of when we put it out to bid. Because we don't know how big the culvert's gotta be. So it's a learning process on both ends. We made some mistakes, and I think we're over that now. I think we just gotta dig in and move on. You agree?
I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
Thumbs up.
You guys agree?
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for working together, and we'll get her done.
Yep.
So, thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right. Good night.
Thanks, have a great night.
Enjoy the rest of the week.
Okay, so we are going to, I believe we're going to ask to go into executive session. So
We'll take care of Greg
since
first.
Greg has his family here, we'll do Greg first, so
Come right up, Greg.
If you
With a
could
hot
just-
seat.
Yeah, just a moment. Hi, Chrissy.
Hello. Oh, did she solve your problem while you were downstairs?
We talked.
Okay, fantastic.
Did you agree with what we had said?
I don't know what you, I don't, did you, I don't know what you guys.
Now, 7:12, we're gonna make a motion to come out of executive session. You guys all right with that?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor say aye. So
Aye.
there were no decisions made, this was just personnel interviews, so there were no decisions made. So, how's it going, Chief?
Good. Gave you guys the stats for August, the arrest sheets. Obviously, we had the one major arrest as a result of the shooting on Sylvan Ridge. 3 people arrested in total. One for the aggravated assault and additional charges there as well. Jake and the guys that were working did a great job. We had some others come in to help, but in some other agencies as well. But it was handled very well. Did a good job.
So you were out of town for that one?
Of course I was.
That's when all
That's the
the
way it
things
works.
happen, it is.
Years ago, when we had a homicide,
Yeah.
Jeff was with me up at Anacostia.
Yeah, no, I remember. Just before I started,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so always seems to happen.
I guess.
But yeah, did a great job and kept me informed, and I was on the phone with you guys that day anyway, just to make sure you were aware. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. We just took part in the Labor Day Highway Safety Campaign. Jeremiah will probably compile those numbers tonight. It just ended on Monday, but another successful campaign, bunch of stops related to, basically impaired driving enforcement, nighttime stuff. But I'll get you guys the numbers from the campaign when I come back in October. We do have, so Gunner has had some issues, K9 Gunner. He had a lump in the rear and ended up finding a perineal hernia, which is basically the intestines pushing through the muscle in that area. So they took care of the immediate problem, but he does have to have a hernia surgery October 1st. Their high-end estimate for that is $3,000. We'll be able to figure it out with our budget, and Jeremiah's reaching out to organization as well for potential help with that, the cost of that. But it sounds like he will be out of commission for a few weeks if everything goes well. But he is getting a little bit older. He's in that 8-year-old range.
How long do they go?
Usually 7, 8, 9, right in that range. So, it could be caused by hormones, so they're all actually going to neuter him as well.
Oh, is he not neutered?
No.
Or do they not neuter
They actually
drug
recommend,
dogs?
yeah, they actually
okay.
recommend police dogs not to,
Okay.
yeah. And it could also be caused by excessive straining, so some of the work that he does. So it'll be something that we monitor and maybe step down if we need to, but Jeremiah will be in touch with us. We'll
It's
figure
an
it out.
extra barking he does, doesn't
No,
he?
he
Stretches
certainly-
everything.
Yeah. And some of the bite work that he does in training and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on
Okay.
that, on Gunner.
But
Haven,
he's been an asset to the department.
yeah, no, absolutely, to the area.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped out as far as Bennington, Rutland, searches.
So has it been mostly
apprehension.
drug things, or has it been search and rescues?
I'd say probably equal amount of those, and then a couple of apprehension, dangerous suspects that K9 would help with.
Okay.
Apprehension. He's never bit anybody in the field, but certainly
Really?
has helped in apprehension. Yeah.
He's put the fear of the dog in.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But he's well respected. Jeremiah and Gunnar are well respected in the area. He does a great job. Yeah.
Cool.
Haven, our new officer, is in the middle of week 5.
How long is it?
17.
Really?
Oh my God.
17 weeks. So,
Wow.
and then he has 2 weeks. 2 weeks of post basics. We'll get him the first week in December, first or second week in December, and he'll finish his field training. Probably be on the road in January.
Does he
'Cause
he drives back and forth every day?
No, they actually stay there.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
Monday
goodness.
through Friday.
Okay.
On the weekends, they report back Sunday night.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I got an update from the academy today. He's doing a great job. They actually said you probably need to be careful so you get other departments that'll poach people like Haven because he's doing such a good job.
Well,
we're all set.
we have a contract with him for
Yeah.
3 years?
What's that?
What's it, it's 3 years?
No, we don't have anything in place, but
Okay,
he,
but I thought that if we put someone through the academy.
there's nothing there, and they've been challenged in the past too.
Really?
They just don't hold it. But I obviously can't tell you 100%, but Haven has very strong character and integrity, and I suspect that he'll be with us for a while and wouldn't pull something like that.
No, he doesn't seem like that.
Yeah.
He seems very upstanding.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Just
Very
careful
well.
shaking his hand.
We're going to do the EMS and EMS appreciation barbecue on Monday. Invited our EMS members, give an annual award to one of them, just a small gathering out back and in the PD. And then we're also hosting the third Thursday luncheon at the community center this week. So it'll be like a barbecue style, provide the food and grill out and be part of that. So I think I got at least 3/4 of the guys will be able to make it. And Ashley's, a big part of all this is about helping us out, prepare. Yeah.
She's really done an amazing job.
Yeah, we like her. She's been
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, she's good part of our team.
Yeah, no, she's good.
I know I've called in a couple of times and asked because if I'm at work, not that I work very much, but it just, that when we have another Knox box that's needs locking, if one of your officers is available, I've asked them to go and do that. And, no problem. If they're not.
Yeah, we did one today too.
Did you?
One of Jackie Dill. So,
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Stone House Road. So,
Oh, yep, the big ones, Cohen. Yep, yep.
So we're gaining on them.
Yeah, we're getting there. Keep sending reminders and
Well, it's
touching
okay.
base when we go to alarms and they're not there. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anytime we go to alarm and they don't have one,
You give them a call.
I give them a little talking to.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, and there was one other thing that you guys tasked me with. It was noise ordinance stuff. And just researching it, it looks like it's in line with everything that I'm finding. The sunset to sunrise seems to be kind of the go-to. And I know obviously that changes as far as time. But we did have the complaint from Saturday. Somebody saying that they were still doing construction work on Mountain View Road at 7 p.m. But I think sunset was around 7:30 that day. I don't know if it continued past there. We weren't informed until afterwards.
I mean, if it's heavy construction, it's a different story. I mean, if you're,
somebody
I
power
think,
fails. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't.
No, on either side of it.
You have to take it advantage of the daylight as well. to Get your, get the
Yeah, you
work
certainly
done.
don't want to restrict people
Exactly.
working or.
I mean, if you had a
improvements, yeah.
whole crew in there and they turned the lights on and we're going at it.
And the music's blaring, or whatever, yeah, we can work
Yeah.
with that stuff, but I
Yeah.
mean, people need to be able to work and make improvements to their
Right.
homes, yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for looking at that
Yeah,
for
no
us.
problem.
I think part of it's education
Yeah,
for everyone.
yeah, we'll certainly respond and check it out, and, yeah.
Do you need anything for your barbecue? I know we talked at the fair weekend that you might need some things.
We can grab most of it, maybe, I don't know, I haven't talked to Ashley about dessert.
Apple pie.
I mean, I know a couple
Multi-
places.
I know
a place.
I know a place.
Multi-berry.
I know, actually, Dave's helped us out in the past, but actually, when the last time we did the community luncheon, he helped us with the cookies, you guys gave us a huge platter of cookies, so.
There were cookies?
Cookies, Grandma Miller cookies.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, you know how to get a hold of me at work.
okay, perfect.
Please reach out because I
Okay.
can make that happen.
Okay, awesome, appreciate
I
it.
don't even ask him anymore, I just do it.
Sounds good.
I told her your night crew gets very hungry and there's no place to eat,
No, that's-
but she already had the products in her
Much
car,
appreciated.
it was her bag.
ready to bring him over that day anyway.
She goes, a great minds think alike, I said,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
So August 3rd was a little busy, huh? On your two, your.
oh yeah, the two, yeah. Yeah,
Okay, but other than that, everything's going fairly well?
yeah.
I think we'll get through this thing on the Access Road. I think it'll get better
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no, I think it was fine, and especially, I wasn't there to see what happened after we changed the timing, but.
Well,
we
I
just
think probably
increased-
traffic dropped off a little bit.
It's
That
probably
was
a combination, yeah.
That and people, oh my God, what's all this?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of traffic in our area, but from time to time, just a few minutes.
as long as we don't have it backed up on Route 30 too far.
Right.
I mean, I don't think we haven't got any holiday weekends. And I got a feeling they're gonna be out of there by the middle of next week.
Yeah.
At least the first section. And once we
Move
get
it
up
up.
further, then it won't be.
As soon as we
bad.
move it up, it'll be like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
People can filter in up the access road, yeah.
Because they took a lot of pavement out today.
Yeah.
There's no backing up now. There's a big hole there.
It's a big hole.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I swing wide when I go home.
So, all right. Well, if you haven't got anything else,
Thank you.
thanks, sir.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks for
Thank
hanging
you,
around.
Darren.
Sorry. it
No
got-
problem.
You know, we had to make you wait a little bit. Scotland here, you know, we couldn't let you.
No, absolutely, yeah.
So,
All right.
thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking
Have a
around.
good
Thank you, Derek.
Thanks for your efforts. You got anything there, Missy?
I'll come chat with you guys. Always love to chat with you guys.
We love it when you come in to talk to us.
Right. So we were gonna talk about the ordinance. I'm thinking that we might wanna do that when you have the others here, just to, but
Have you been communicating with Bill at all? He's obviously. the
I
leader,
have been communicating with him some.
But he's
yeah.
got a lot going on too.
He has a lot going on too,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I have a few things that I just want to make you aware of, just because it doesn't hurt to be aware of them. There's one, let's see. I mean, there's everything from, I think that the application checklist could be severely or tightened up immensely. And that going to that end, I don't see. All right, so the way it works when you actually go into the system to do an application, there's an application. The application is your name, you know, if you have a business, are you a COA or HOA that you have to deal with, an emergency contact, and number of bedrooms and max occupancy. We know that from the section 301, the max occupancy is based on first 3 bedrooms, 2 people, after that 1 person for each additional bedroom. 8 people or less can self-certify for fire. Above 8 people is a whole nother kettle of fish, so I found out more about that. They upload the separate.
So 9 or more.
9
So
or
8
more. Yep.
is, right.
Yep, 8
Which
are
is
okay.
you.
Yep.
Because you were quoting title and verse there, so I assume you
Right.
read it pretty carefully.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went through, you know, part of what's come up is I've had a few phone calls with people up on the mountain who are on the, you know, the Winhall Stratton, the sewer line, have 7 bedrooms. In theory, could have 14 max occupancy because, you know, you get the 70 gallons, you know, per person, so 2 per bedroom. as soon as you go to that 9, you have to have a commercial fire system, not a residential fire system. A commercial fire system.
So
is a
as in
whole-
fire suppression
As
or
in-
fire
So
alarm?
you have to have sprinkler is what you'd have to, or unless you have good enough egress. If you have good enough
Oh,
egress
okay.
from each of the rooms,
Okay.
then you have to have the commercial system, which requires a panel. It's not just, simple wiring in a home
It's
system.
not, it's
'Cause I-
not the ring system.
It's not, no, because I talked to Patrick Banks, the guy who is over in Springfield, and Joe Newton, and basically he said that I should be directing people to Joe Newton to answer these questions, but I wanted to understand it too, so I got a couple of names of different, commercial installers and just looked it up, and I had one customer or one person who's trying to do the licensing who actually sent me their estimate, and it was for $12,000 for just the hardware, not the installation for the house to do this level of commercial. He has ended up saying that they're just going to do 5-bedroom, 8 people, close off 2 of their 7 bedrooms. They're on a different floor so that they can do the 8 people. And he said that the problem, and this is what I'm getting around the clock here or around the board, is that they eliminate, and you can probably, Mark, attest to this, but when people go searching, they plug in, we have 10 people. If you only have 8, you're not going to come up on their board, which is what it is, but it's like people are getting pretty frustrated. So the other thing that I've had to do is because there are, and David Powers brought it up because he's been on top of everything, but he said he's gone in and seen Airbnbs that he's aware of that are close by that are advertising for the 12 or the number of people. And so what I've been doing as a result of that is before I do a final approval, I go into their URL and I see how many people are you advertising for, and I've got a couple.
So this isn't a requirement that we set, this is a state level requirement. So it's not like we created this problem.
We didn't create that piece of it, no.
Right, I mean, we have some things to clean up.
We have some things that we have to clean up,
But we
but
did
that's,
not,
yeah.
we did not institute a level of occupancy that created an undue burden on it. This was at the state level.
It's a state law.
So we didn't create that problem.
We did not
So that
create
makes me
that
feel
problem.
better. So
Right.
not like we suddenly put somebody out of the running.
Right, because I tried to say, well, what if it's, it's a residential home that has 7 bedrooms, and this is what they've been doing. I said, it's still, as soon as you hit that occupancy, it becomes commercial. You can't, no matter how you
Okay.
slice it,
Well-
if you're advertising it, it's commercial.
Yeah, so.
And so that piece is
Now,
a state
if they use it just for family, does that count?
That's fine.
That's fine.
Whatever
It's
you
just
do
if they're
for
renting it
family,
out.
If you're advertising.
Okay.
And you're
okay.
renting it out, that's
So-
where the problem comes in.
So that is not something that we created an undue burden on anyone. That is
Right.
something that the state
Created,
implemented,
yeah.
and that is their rules. So
That is-
we're not responsible for that.
We are not responsible
We just have,
for
we're
that.
just trying to inform or make it known now.
Right, and so the difference is, and one of the things that I think in terms of the checklist, or, there's a form that's a safety, health, and financial obligation form. It has 3 parts to it. One part is fire, one part is just sort of a general, do your appliances work, and one part has to do with the meals and rooms tax. And I've been having 8 or less upload that form 2 times. Once for the health and safety part, which covers the meals and rooms tax that we had asked for on our checklist, and once for the fire and safety, 8 or less, you're basically self-certifying. And I think that's working well. Like, I think we can qualify in the fire and the safety report portion of the checklist that it's only required to do the inspection if you are 9 or more, and you have to have a sign-off.
Are you getting more activity now, more applications?
Getting more applications. I'm also getting so many questions, so many, a lot of hand-holding, which is fine.
The problem is,
I'm learning a lot too.
part of it is trying to find an angle around something.
Right, some of it is,
I mean, if I come out here,
Right.
this will, but.
Some of it is, and some of it is just some people, like there's one gentleman who I won't say his name, but it would, people said that he's gonna be a real challenge. He's really not a challenge as much as he's just frustrated because he's trying to do it for his 93-year-old grandmother. And so he's just not sure how to find certain things. And so I've spent some time and helped him. One of the things that came up for me, which I think is, which I read it differently than Bill, just so you know, is that in the section 301, the occupancy limits, number 2D, and which basically says, in the absence of A, B, or C above, and then in parentheses, homes built prior to 1970 will not have a town septic permit. The unit shall default to a maximum of 2 persons per bedroom up to 3-bedroom house with a maximum of 6 occupants, where the number of bedrooms indicated in a clean slate affidavit of record confirming the number of bedrooms in use prior to 1/1/2007. Each additional permitted bedroom will add 1 occupant to capacity. The way I read that is basically, if you can't find anything, you are in essence, you have a 3-bedroom permit. You have a 3-bedroom permit unless you, the clean slate affidavit, all that does is give you any additional bedrooms. Bill says that he thinks that you have that 3-bedroom permit only if the home was built prior to 1970. I feel like it's a little bit gray.
We have missing permits too. We have several years that got thrown out by Mrs. Dasher.
Okay.
And so they're just gone. I mean, sometimes you can find them attached to the zoning permits,
Right.
but not always.
Yeah, well, people who don't want to pay for a 3-bedroom permit generally have an easier, they'll say 2 bedrooms, you know what I mean? Like the other thing that's really helpful for me is because I can go to their URL and I can see what they're advertising, I can see, does this look like we're trying to cram something that's working or not working? So anyway, I'm trying to I'm pushing for people to go that extra leg to find permits. I have had Bill's actually found 2 for me, which have been very helpful. One of them goes to that where she was asking for 3 bedrooms. It turned out her permit was 5. For 5, and for 10 people, she realized I don't want 10 people. I'm going to go with the 8, but I'll go with 5 with 8 because 3, 4, 5. You get 1 additional for the up to the 5. So great. So she went, but per the ordinance, even though her engineer had said she can do 10. So
She didn't want to go through the state housing. So how is the website working for you? Is that
website
helping us any?
So the town website?
No, the
GovOS. They aren't really. I'm not really on there. They go through munirevs.com and there's a whole application process. And I have as an administrator a way that I can, I can see things, see what's going on. If people have questions, I can look up their house or their account number or whatever and try to help them walk through it. I've also figured out before I do a final approval, I definitely double check, and I have a few people on my, right now where I have a red flag and it just says, I've said to them, once you have changed your advertisement on Airbnb, email me. I'll go back and look at your permit, and then I can approve you. But until that's changed, I can't.
So you've got some approved.
Definitely, yeah.
So things are starting to come together.
I would say there's a fair number that have been approved, but there's a fair number that are out there.
Of course.
And there are people who have done. I think I'm only going to rent for 14 nights or less. There's a list that I have of where it'll be good to follow up, and I have to talk to GovOS because honestly, they're not the easiest folks. It's not like they said, oh, you can just call as, we're a client, and if I need help with something, I can just call.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. I put a call in.
They probably put you through a phone chain and then, send us an email and we'll respond to it.
I leave them a message. It's been well over 24 hours. I never heard back from a message yesterday. It's just not, and there are a couple of things I told Deb I'd try to figure something out, because when some of the receipts come through, they come through, but they don't actually give like I see them, and because I'm dealing with the people, I have an idea of which ones correlate with which accounts. But they should either have the account number and or the address on the receipt so that Deb can see it and I can see it. You know, I slip them in my treasurer's folder, and you know, that's what I do. But there are some, I have a questions list that I have to get, and I'm probably going to reach out to the gal who I did a lot of training with and say, FYI, I know I'm not supposed to be reaching out to you, but I've tried reaching out and I'm not getting anywhere.
I'm not getting a response.
Yeah,
So what do
and
we
I
do?
need, yeah,
Because
and
we're
here's
paying
my
the money.
list, yeah, here's my list of questions, and it would be really helpful to hear from you guys. Going back to the actual application, I don't think we need to be asking people for their insurance, commercial, especially commercial, because in the end of the day, it's on them. If something happens in their house, you know, so why do we care if they go, and I tell you what, when they're uploading things, I've got to read through a certain amount to see what, you know, and I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Like, this is,
Well,
you know, it doesn't.
It's a learning process. I
It
mean,
is, yeah, I agree.
it was written to try to handle every possibility,
Right.
but it isn't.
Right,
We're
it takes fine tuning when you actually put it into place, so I don't have any problem with
How
that.
has your
I'm
time
just-
been working out?
I would say there are some times where I'm, you know, I'm definitely a couple of hours a day, but I've had, you know, days where I'm, you know, 7 hours in a day, and I've had a day
So,
where I'm, you know, 2 hours.
You're working it out.
I'm
as far
working,
as-
I'm keeping track of all of my hours.
Okay.
I would say it's, you know, it's probably averaging out to that, you know, that number a week right now. And again, it just varies wildly. For a while, I was writing down what I'm doing during those hours. I'm not doing that. I'm either on the phone, I'm doing emails, I'm looking stuff up.
You're keeping
I'm
track of your time.
troubleshooting,
That's
I'm
it. You
keeping just
don't
time.
have to tell us you talked to Sam Smith or Billy Bob or whatever.
Yeah, or that Bill Schwartz can talk for a long time.
Do you really think you have to remind us of that?
No, like Bill,
Bill,
I have to
bye.
go.
He's probably watching.
I know, it's
But whatever, he's very knowledgeable about it.
Very
He
knowledgeable,
definitely
yeah.
has put a lot of effort into it.
He has put a lot of effort, and he's been very helpful.
Yeah.
So I'm just having some fun.
Just-
I know, he's doing the job. I said to him this morning, I go, oh, you're doing the job that you told me that I wasn't allowed to do, and
right?
now you're doing it.
Right?
Yeah.
They're, you know, every once
He
in a while.
can't help himself.
I know.
Well,
And you
he
get
knows
people
it.
sometimes who are so frustrated, and it's like if it's, you know, I don't know. You almost want to help.
It's like
them,
the
I
other
guess.
day, I had a guy who was frustrated trying to buy a Knox box. He went to the hardware store, I want to buy a Knox box.
Right.
And they said, what are you talking about?
Right.
So I ended up going to his house and
Yeah.
actually helping him order it.
Right. There you go.
I mean,
it's, you know what?
But
It's
next
just
time I'm
easier.
going to take my computer because his computer, I couldn't get into full screen.
Right.
So I'll take
Frank?
my,
Take your own. So, and then the other thing is, I don't know why we would need a copy of a contract with a management company. You know, that would be another one I would eliminate. You know, all we want to have is on the first page, that application.
who's
where the-
responsible
is
for the, who's
responsible,
the
who can-
ultimate?
Yeah, who's your emergency contact, who's
Yeah.
going to get there in the amount of time, you know,
Now, are you talking to them are you mentioning to them that if they have a fire alarm, an automatic fire alarm, that they have to register it, or is that not on your
It's not on my purview, not on my
It's
list,
not in her lane.
So,
not in my lane.
it's just that if we're
They-
gonna modify the application,
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, they don't necessarily need a dial-in fire alarm
right,
if they're 8 or less.
they don't,
But if they're more than that, then they have to have one, correct?
yes.
So I wonder if we change the application, if we should add that to that, said, oh, by the way, you have to register.
You have to have a
with-
commercial grade fire alarm
Right,
system.
and you have to register with the PD, and you have to get an Knox box for
Right.
this thing. If we're gonna bother to change
Right,
the application. I mean, you're keeping track of what you recommended, we're
Yeah.
going to change.
I'm trying to look at it, in terms of simplifying it for the majority
Yeah.
of folks, you
Okay.
know, on some level.
That's good.
Well, simplifying it for yourself as well.
It's
I
a-
mean,
yeah,
it's,
I mean,
information you don't
Well,
need.
it's
Yeah.
stuff that you don't
Yeah.
necessarily need.
It's a, yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
yeah,
you know, it
exactly.
doesn't really serve me or them, or, well, them, but not us, you know,
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's, and, you know, I really have, I haven't done, my inspections have generally been online. I really don't think it's a great idea for me to start walking through houses.
No.
I
just
think
don't-
that makes us liable.
I think it makes us liable in a whole different way, and I honestly don't wanna, I don't
Well,
wanna.
she was here and she didn't say anything that
Right, yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't have this or that, or,
So, yeah, so I, you know, I have some different, yeah, the other thing was this whole 2 people per bedroom, you know, there's a lot of pushback on that, like why isn't a 4-bedroom and 8-person occupancy? And I know the ordinance has, you know, two per bedroom up to 3 and then plus 1. Is there a reason that the 4th bedroom can't have 2 people that's a state reason?
I would just think
or
it
what?
should
I would,
be,
yeah.
I would
Normally-
think it could be, what I was gonna do is just reach out to Chris Panesi and say, Chris, you're a septic guy, talk to me, is there some state
Right.
law that says, you know what I mean, that says that,
they have
you
to
know,
shower together to cut down on water use.
something,
That,
yes.
wasn't that back in the 70s? Save water, shower with a friend?
There you go.
Wasn't that one of them?
I don't know, I
Oh,
wasn't
you should
sure.
remember that one.
oh, we were too young.
We were a little bit younger.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
you guys are younger, I
Yeah.
know, I'm the old, but there was something in the 70s.
In the
that said,
70s?
Save water, shower with a friend.
Well, that was, you know, wasn't that like peace and love though?
Yeah,
that's
exactly. But I personally would think, and I don't see why it should go down to 1 for those. I mean,
Right.
I
yeah.
would think a bedroom is normally 2. The problem is you have some bedrooms that have 4 when they have bunk beds in them.
Well, but you know what, that's, and I'm not, you know, we can't go, you
We're
have to
not gonna
remove your
go-
bunk, but, you know, like, you know, you
Right,
can't
no.
do that, you know?
Yeah.
So, because a
I-
lot of the people also use the homes for themselves, and if they want to pack them, that's up to them, you know?
Yeah.
So the only, let me see, the other things that have come up is I've been asked about, we're told that they should have a good neighbor policy, but there isn't one that's actually in the ordinance, so I found a, you know, basically a thing online that I think sort of suffices that we could basically make our own, but for a good neighbor policy, then just throw a link in if we, you know, address it that way. Location of fire extinguishers, we ask for fire extinguishers, but we don't have a place for fire extinguishers. And, you know, when I talk to basically fire department, it's on points of egress from the kitchen. A point of egress from the kitchen is a good place to have one, and if you have lots of different floors, it's good to have one, but there's nothing that says you have to.
Right.
So in some ways, it's, you know, it's kind of an optional thing. Garbage goes on the good neighbor policy sheet over there.
Yeah, that's kind of,
And the enforcement, the only thing that I can think of regarding enforcement is that, you know, I go look at links before I give a final approval and make sure they're advertising for
Yep.
what they've applied for. And then periodically I could run through and do an updated check, you know, and just see. And that's it, that's what I got.
so you have kind of a list of changes you recommend.
I do.
And is that, I guess we gotta bring it up before the meeting so that we can get started on it, because I think it's a lengthy process.
It sounds like it can be. I can talk to Bill one-on-one and ask
No,
him.
you listen to Bill.
I can converse with Bill
Yeah.
one-on-one and see if we can, you know, hopefully just agree to what those should be.
So
And then,
I would say we should get started on that
Okay.
to try to streamline this thing and make it work, because now you're actually using it, you're
Right.
doing it.
right,
And like your insurance things, take that off. We don't,
right,
that's their responsibility. They-
Yeah.
Hopefully,
yeah,
they will.
This is a good idea.
yeah. Right? It's a simple one. I found it
Yeah.
online.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe put your changes all on the list so we got something to go by.
Right, okay.
Shut it off with a remote there.
Well, the one downstairs actually just shuts off that way, but.
Don't need that. Okay, I think that's.
Okay.
It's moving along. There are, you know, like I said, some days are And today I felt like I got through all of and since I've been here, there are 7.
Really?
7 have popped up, 7 emails have, yeah, so,
Wow.
yeah.
Do we have a link for you on our website?
For me directly, I
Like
don't think.
STR, like
I
it says town clerk, lister, blah, blah,
Right,
blah.
I don't know, I haven't looked.
I haven't looked either, but I was thinking to
Well,
myself, how come
Let's
everybody's...
check on it and see if
I
there
mean,
should be one.
not that I mind
There's
they're
a-
calling me,
Right,
but if...
if it's there, then they can just
then-
email me.
Yes, or call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing a lot of them do is that, they say, well, what do I need? And I say, well, if you go to the winhall.org and you do drop down under services, click on short-term rentals, there is an application checklist. And some of the forms that you need are right there. Other stuff you're gonna have to look up, but I
Yeah.
think that application checklist can be tightened up
Okay,
for what's
well,
actually,
I guess
that's
let
like
us
the
know.
simplest way,
and-
yeah.
We'll start making the changes, I think, because I mean, they're all bona
Okay.
fide.
The other thing I want to do is I want to find out from GovOS if there are changes that we want to implement that they have to change. Like if we decide to drop a form and, how do we do that? Who do I reach out to
Okay.
do that, to take it off the...
Sure.
So I made a note about that. And then the last thing I would like to know is if I can ask Lissa to I do this stuff on this computer, it would be nice to have one of those little monitor screens, they're around $100, so I have 2 screens to work with. Because this one little screen can get pretty,
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just
ask
I mean,
Melissa.
I told you before,
I
you
told you
needed
to
a
get a
computer and a printer.
I know, I'm good with the printer,
But-
I mean, I print a little bit of stuff, but the ink I'm
But I
happy
mean,
with.
no, you have to have
Yeah.
it. This is not, we're not gonna, if it was $20,000, we might talk about it, but
I
it's
think it's
not.
probably 100, 120, maybe.
I would just say,
You're gonna bring in that money.
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I will
Okay.
tell Lissa that I brought that up and that you guys said that was okay, and I will
Yep.
ask her if I can shoot her a link and,
So there is a link on here for short-term rentals. Under that, it's got short-term rental licensing site live now. The next link is short-term rental ordinance. The next one is short-term
Application checklist.
rental license application checklist.
then there's a
Then-
complaints and a hotline to call.
Yeah, where's this 297-7350 number go?
I have no idea.
Do you want me to call it and find out where it
That's
goes?
for complaints, right?
Well, yeah, but it's 297.
Good question.
297-7350. Because then there's a
Your call is
hotline.
very important to us. Please wait for the next available agent.
So it's gotta go,
GovOS.
that's GovOS?
Going to GovOS.
Okay,
Okay.
so
So,
that's fine. I just was
And
curious.
Yeah, and then they're gonna turn around and call me probably, or PD.
somebody just called you. Okay,
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure you had your own little link up here because I think
there should
that's
be.
really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, the one, the email would be nice, STR, winhall.org.
Yeah, the only thing it should have on here, Christy, is it should have your phone number since you were willing to give that out. And it should have your name,
Yep,
so they know who they're talking to.
I'm fine with that, my name
Okay,
is.
great, can you?
I would
put
go
that
with
request?
name, and email because it's
Okay.
easier for me to get emails and respond, and I always respond with my phone number.
Okay, fine.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because having my phone number there, I might end up with, and I don't know what time,
Complaint calls?
Well, I don't know, I would rather not have my phone, the email's fine, they have the other phone number. If
Yep.
it gets to it, it'll end up getting to me because PD has my phone
PD will
number.
call.
Everybody does, but I'd rather go through the email first.
Okay.
So, if that's okay.
So it's str@winhall.org?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what I got.
Cool,
Excellent, thank you very
Coming
much,
in.
keep up the
You're
good work.
welcome.
appreciate it.
Adventures, it's an adventure, that's for sure.
Well,
But it's
Well, we
okay.
knew you were up for it. I
I'm
told
up for
everybody
it,
how
yeah.
easy you are to work with.
That's, am I?
Yes.
ask your husband. Huh?
Yeah, easier than I am.
Right, that's Mark, not my husband.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you,
Appreciate it.
guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay, what about the minutes of the last meeting?
They looked good?
I haven't seen them.
You have?
Oh, no, on email, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's late.
It was way up at the top, I forgot about. Yes, I've
Okay.
seen them, they look wonderful.
So can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from August 20th.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
And we are 9, what are we, 3rd? Yes.
I think we'll wait on this Bradville Development Credit Corp till we get more people here. They want us to fund them, it's $3 per person for $2,304. That's 2023 census data. So I think we'll wait and bring that up at the
Okay.
next meeting. Can we just, have you got a pile of paper for her?
For who?
For
Listen?
Alyssa, because that we signed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does that go to her?
I'll just scan it and
But
send it
this-
to her tomorrow, if that works for you guys.
Sure. Can you put that with it?
Yep,
Because I don't see any point in giving it.
except for that's going over to you.
Great, thanks, Stace.
So, let's see.
I'm gonna send her this attendance.
Did you have any more
list.
questions after that? I think she gave us a pretty good rundown, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think we're gonna make some changes, so it's evolving.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to get some clarity on this, so that was all helpful. And we're also in a spot where we've got 5 bedrooms, but 2 of them are pretty big bedrooms and have more than 1 bed in it, which is why I was trying to make sure it's not limited just by bedrooms, but
Yeah.
as long as the septic capacity's there.
Sure.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Good
coming.
evening.
You as well.
You too, thank you.
I don't see any point in us talking, well, we're not talking about the wolf dogs and hybrids and all
Nope.
that. And village center designation, we assume it's under
In the works?
works. Short-term rentals, we talked about that. I'm gonna try to get a hold of everybody so we can get a committee and get somebody in charge of it to have a meeting next week. Appraisal, I think, is going good. Alec and I took the appraisal around to the off-road ones and got him at those places. And housing committee, we're waiting to see what they have. So I guess if there's nothing else, you guys got anything else?
I don't have anything else,
I do
sure.
not, nope.
I needed a motion to adjourn.
Go ahead,
I make a
Stacy.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. And look
Aye.
at that, we're just about, we're 2 minutes late.
Pretty good.
You gonna shut this thing
Yep.
off?
I would be glad to.
Thank you for coming tonight. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, you're fine.